there seems to be an issue in the batting for Sharjah. What do you think you need to make changes for the next game?
I think we just need to we seem to be getting into okay positions and then kind of losing wickets in clusters. But any team that's losing, it's always going to be there's always going to be something you can put your finger on, and it's just making sure that when we get the partnerships, we need to make them a lot bigger. And then when you then lose a wicket, make sure you're not losing like 2 in a row, 3 in a row. And that's what kind of cost us tonight, was when I should have gone on, scored, kind of been there towards the death, and then we'd have probably got 160, 170, and then we're probably looking at a different story. But it didn't happen, and we lost 3 wickets in, I think, 12 balls or something like that. And from that position then to go and kick on and try and take them down on the death, it's not it's a really hard task. And if we lost any more wickets, we'd have got even less. So yeah, it's just making sure that for me tonight, being the in player who was scoring playing nicely, you need to then make sure that you actually get a really big score instead of just the 50.
Yeah. You guys got off to a pretty quick start. I mean, the way you were batting, and you guys sort of capitalized in the initial overs. So do you think the pitch sort of got a little slower later on? Because initially it was playing smooth, but later on it seemed to have stopped while, coming onto the bat maybe.
I think it was just the skiddiness of how low it actually was. So then once the fielders were out, it made it a lot harder. And then, as we found, we had a couple guys caught on the fence, a couple kind of guys that felt that the ball skidded through them and got bowled. So yeah, for me it was just making sure we actually got a competitive score on the board, where it was probably 10, 15 too light maybe. If we got 160, I think we'd have really been in the game. But they played nicely, and they were 2 big overs away from kind of chasing it comfortably like they did.
John, playing against Mumbai, MI ended twice in 3 games, one of the toughest teams in the league. Do you think it was an unfair fixture above the green against the above the green?
No, I just don't think we've kind of given our best performances. As a team, we've not I feel with our squad, we're definitely good enough to beat any team. I look around and we've got match winners in every single player. So I just think as a squad, we've not quite performed just yet. And hopefully you don't want to win the first 3 games and lose the rest. It's for us guys, if we get on a roll, momentum's with us, and then I'd much rather be winning games towards the end of the tournament when you get into final stages than start really hot and then cool off towards the end. So there's only really one way for us to go, and that's up. And hopefully we can start putting it right next game and then get some momentum.
Is that the spirit and morale inside the dressing room, as what you just said?
Yeah, absolutely. Mo and Fabi have been amazing, giving confidence, backing to everyone to go out there and play and be aggressive and take teams on. And I think once we actually get it right, it's going to be dangerous, and we're going to we'll easily get on a roll with our wins. And it could be in 3 games' time we're sat having a similar conversation and we're won 3, lost 3, and then all of a sudden people are going, "Oh, we're the informed team." So it's a funny game, cricket, isn't it? It's a fine margin, and I think we've definitely got the squad to actually start putting wins on the board.
Hi, Ansar Akram from News Time. Actually, this is your home ground, and very big loss today. And you don't know, this is a batting wicket, and maybe here is a 200, near 200 is his target, it's very nice. But your players not stay there in wicket. This is a Sharjah is a batting wicket. What do you think, please?
I think any good pitch around the world, you might go to one where the average is 200, but you've got to assess conditions on the night. And the reason it was an easy chase tonight was because we were probably 20, 30 short. If we had 170, I would say we'd have won that game, because of the conditions, how low it was skidding. But they didn't have to take a risk, say to Noor, who, if they were trying to put him under pressure in the middle, same how well Imi bowled, it would have been the same for us with Noor, I believe. Nabi bowled 3 overs for 12 because they knew all it was 1 over of 15, 1 over of 20, and they would win the game. So it was on us, but I don't think it was a 200 pitch tonight. I think if we got 170, we win that game 9 times out of 10.